from these circulars also will be told by me. Besides that, wherever it is required for an explanation, the PowerPoint presentation also will be made visible to you. Friends, so the idea is you are supposed to go through these papers, these test papers, besides the circulars which are mentioned there. So we have reduced the circular maybe around 100 or 120. You have time for about 3 weeks. Please go through the test circulars mentioned in these question papers. Okay. Now the first paper, test 1, banker customer relationship, and then deposit related matters we are covering. In banker customer relationship, a few questions are placed before you, maybe around that is 16 questions. We will go through it quickly, and wherever it is required to a PowerPoint presentation also we will see. See, before starting it, we'll see the PowerPoint presentation. Friends, bank is doing various types of activities. So they are accepting deposits, they are giving loans. All of you are aware, I did not tell, you are all scale 1 and above. Whenever the bank is getting a deposit, the relationship between the bank and the customer, you see, first bank is mentioned, next is customer is mentioned. In a deposit transaction, the bank is called the debtor and the customer is the creditor, because customer's money is in the respect of loans, bank is called the creditor and the customer is called the debtor. No issues, all these things will be aware. Locker, lessor, lessee. In the case of safe custody article, bank is called the bailee, customer is called the bailor. Whenever the customer is purchasing a DD, bank is called the debtor, customer is called the creditor, payee of the DD. In respect of a payee, the name of the person mentioned in the DD. That is, the bank is called the trustee, because bank is keeping the money on behalf of the payee. So bank is called the trustee. The customer, that is payee, the name of the person whose name is mentioned in the DD is called the beneficiary. Whenever a customer is depositing a check for collection in the check drop box, he is called the agent and the bank is called the principal. Okay. Whenever standing instruction given, bank is an agent, customer is the principal. Similarly, here this point you see, money deposited but instructions not given for disposal. Bank, the customer has written a challan, he has deposited the money, he also accepted the money, but account number or name does not tally. In that case, you have to keep in some SL account. So in that case, you are keeping the money on behalf of the customer. So bank is called the trustee, customer is called the beneficiary. Similarly, after the locker operation is over, or after something is leaving by mistake, some of these articles on your table, you are called the trustee and customer is called the beneficiary. I told you, you see the point, discounting. Say here you see discounting of check. Whenever a check is discounted, bank is called holder for value and the customer is called the principal. See, in the case of a check sent for collection, bank is called agent and customer is called the principal. But if you are discounting a check and crediting the proceeds to his account, you are called holder for value and the customer continues to be called as the principal. Okay. Then in the case of a pledge, gold loan, you are getting a charge as pledge. In the case of a pledge, that is, bank is called the pawnee or pledgee and the customer is called the pawner or pledger. Mortgage, mortgagee, mortgager. Then wrong credit given by the bank and amount yet to be recovered. You see this? So wrong credit given by the bank and amount yet to be recovered. By mistake, the bank is crediting the money in one of the customer's account. The money should not go to him. By mistake, the bank has credited. In that case, bank is the beneficiary and the customer is called the trustee. Okay, these are some type of relationship. Now let us quickly go through the question paper. Let us see different types of questions set over there. The relationship between customer and bank. You see, you have to see in the question the thing. What is the main thing you have to see in this type of paper? See what they have mentioned first in the question paper, whether it is customer or whether it is bank. In first question, the relationship between customer and bank, where the customer has left an article by mistake in the branch premises. I told you, in such a case, customer is the beneficiary. By mistake, he has left. Bank has to keep the article as trustee on behalf of the customer. So, customer and bank. Relationship between customer and bank, where the customer has left an article by mistake in the branch. So, customer is called the beneficiary. The bank is called the trustee. See, both the options are there. You see, trustee, beneficiary is there. Beneficiary, trustee is there. Suppose in this question, banker and customer had it appeared, then it should have been, that is, it should have been trustee and beneficiary. But here, customer and bank has been mentioned. So bank is called, customer is called the beneficiary and the bank is called the trustee. So for question number 1, the answer is D. Again, I am repeating, for question number 1, the answer is D. So you should know the logic, friends. Instead of going in for the answers, you should understand the concepts, you should understand the logic, and you should understand the subject. Then only you will be able to answer any type of question that is going to be asked in the examination. Next point, the relationship between a bank and customer in deposit account with credit balance. That is, whenever the customer comes and deposits the money, his money is with you, the credit balance, isn't it? In that case, you are the debtor, the customer is the creditor. Okay, so the answer for the question number 2, the relationship between a bank and customer in deposit account with credit balance. Debtor creditor is there, creditor debtor is there, then Bailey Bailar is there, none of this. What is the relationship? Bank and customer, deposit account, credit balance. Bank is called the debtor, customer is called the creditor. Answer for question number 2 is A, no problem. You see, the same question I am repeating in question number 3, but I am going to give you a different answer. See, question number 2, what I told you, the relationship between a bank and customer in a deposit account with credit balance, debtor creditor is there, creditor debtor is there. So I told you the relationship, it is debtor creditor. For question number 2, the answer is A. This is the third question, the same question. The relationship between a bank and customer, same. Okay, in deposit account with credit balance. But here, some options are given, some options are not given. Accordingly, you have to choose a different answer, you see. So the relationship between a bank and customer in deposit account with credit balance, creditor, debtor. No, bank is not a creditor. No, it is not correct. Bailey, Bailar. No, that is also not correct. Trustee, beneficiary. No, that is also not correct. So what is the correct answer? None of these. The relationship. So in the question number 2, both debtor creditor and creditor debtor is given. None of these is also given. Since debtor creditor is given, you have ticked answer A. For the same question, none of this is given, but debtor creditor is not given, creditor debtor is given. So for the question number 3, the answer is D. A is not the correct answer, B is not the correct answer, C is not the correct answer. The correct answer is D, none of these. You see the same question, question number 2, I have repeated as question number 4. The relationship between a bank and customer in deposit account with credit balance. Creditor, debtor, Bailey, Bailar, trustee, beneficiary, agent and principal. Here, none of this is not there. Here, debtor, creditor is not there. Normally, the relationship between a bank and customer is debtor, creditor. If that option is there, you have to tick debtor, creditor. So in question number 2, you have to tick A. In question number 3, debtor, creditor option was not there. So you have to tick none of this. In question number 4, debtor creditor option is not there. None of this is also not there. So they are given very close to the answer, creditor debtor. So you have to tick for question number 4, answer is A. Okay, that logic you have to keep in your mind. Okay, for question number 4, answer is A, friends. So the same question, question number 2 and 3 and 4, answers are different depending upon the multiple choice answers given in the question paper. Question number 5. Which of the following relationship with the bank and customer is not stated correctly? So you have to find out which is a wrong answer out of the options given below. Okay, which relationship between the bank and the customer? First bank, next is the customer, is not stated correctly. Principal, holder for value in respect of check discounted and credited. See, in respect of check discounted and credited, you know, bank is called the holder for value and the customer is called the principal. So the relationship between bank and customer. Here, the bank is holder for value and customer is principal. So bank and customer means the answer should have been holder for value and principal. So if that has come, it is a correct answer. So answer A is not stated correctly. Let us see whether answer B is stated correctly. So in the case of a current account in which overdraft allowed by the bank, now you have to close your eyes, you have to recollect whenever there is a current account in which relationship between the bank and the customer, current account, OD is allowed by the bank, that is bank has given the money to the customer. So the relationship between the bank and the customer, Bank is called the creditor, customer is called the debtor. So, but here you see debtor, creditor. That is also not stated correctly. Point number C. Hold. So, in respect of a check sent for collection, what is the relationship between the bank and the customer? What is the relationship between the bank and the customer in respect of a check sent for collection? You know, whenever a check is sent for collection, bank is called the agent and the customer is called the principal. So agent principal. But here what it is given, holder for you and the agent. Okay, that is also not correct. So what is the question? Which of the following relationship between the bank and the customer is not stated correctly? A, it is not stated correctly. B, it is not stated correctly. C, it is not stated correctly. So the answer is all of these. In all of these, the answer is not stated correctly. So question number 5, answer is D. Friends, I have come across that is candidates who have come out of the examination hall and telling, sir, everything is okay. The questions are seem to be very simple, but we get complicated at the time of choosing the correct answer. So you should know the logic and what they ask. Accordingly, you have to pick up the correct answer. So for question number 5, the answer is all of this. All of this, that is A, B, C, they are not stated correctly. So question number 5, answer is D. Okay, question number 6. In which of the following relationship between customer and banker is not stated correctly? So first customer, then banker. So in which it is not stated correctly? The question. Check sent for collection. So the moment you read the check sent for collection, in your mind, the relationship between customer and bank has to come. Check sent for collection. Customer is called the principal. Bank is called the agent. Whether that has come here, you have to see. Check sent for collection. So principal, agent. Yes, that has come correctly. Then second, money deposited but instructions not given. So when money deposited, instructions not given, I told you the customer is called the beneficiary and the banker is called the trustee. That is also correct. Point number C, safe custody article. The customer is called the bailor and the bank is called the bailee. That is also correct. So what is the question? In which of the following relationship between customer and banker is not correct? So A is correct, B is correct, C is correct. Then your option for question number 6, the answer should be none of these. All are stated correctly. Okay, question number 6, answer is D. Question number 7, the relationship between the bank and business correspondent. So in the relationship between the bank and the bank is the principal and business correspondent is the agent. So question number 7, bank is called, the relationship between the bank and business correspondent. You know, bank is the principal and business correspondent is the agent. You see, now you tell me the correct answer. So the options given are agent and principal, trustee and beneficiary, creditor and debtor, bailor or bailee. But I told you relationship bank and business correspondent is principal and agent. But the principal and agent option is not here. None of this is also not there. So the nearest answer you have to choose, answer is A. So again, I repeat, friends, the relationship between the bank and the business correspondent, the actual relationship is bank called the principal and the business relationship is called the agent. But depending upon the options, you have to choose the nearest correct answer. So they are given agent, principal, trustee, beneficiary, creditor, debtor, bailor, bailee. They are not given principal, agent. They are also not given none of these. So please take A as the correct answer. Question number 7, A is the correct answer. Question number 8. The relationship between RBI and a bank which is maintaining currency chest. The relationship between RBI and bank which is maintaining a currency chest. So your bank is maintaining the currency chest on behalf of RBI. So RBI is called the principal and the bank is called the agent. So question number 8, answer is A. Question number 8, answer is A. Question number 9. By mistake, bank credited rupees 2 lakhs in a current account of the company. By mistake, bank has credited. Okay. By the time the mistake is located, the company is under liquidation. So bank has wrongly credited in an account. Now the account company is under liquidation. The company is going to be closed. Okay. With regard to this rupees 2 lakhs, bank will call the company. I told you in the PowerPoint presentation, by mistake, if it is credited, So bank is called the beneficiary and the customer is called the trustee. So the answer for the question is, so here what they are asking with regard to this rupees 2 lakhs, bank will call the company. Bank is the beneficiary and the company is the trustee. Bank will call the company as trustee. The company is holding that wrong credit of 2 lakhs on behalf of the bank. So the bank will call the company as trustee. Question number 9, answer is C. Question number 9, answer is C. Question number 10. In garnishee order, the relationship between the bank in which the judgment debtor has account and the court is called. You just note down the answer. When we are going to discuss the garnishee order in detail, we will see. So for question number 10, the answer is trustee and beneficiary. So in garnishee order, the relationship between the bank in which the judgment debtor has the account and the court is called trustee and beneficiary. Question number 10, answer is E. Question number 10, answer is trustee and beneficiary. The further explanation of that, how it is, we will see when we discuss garnishee order. Question number 11. The relationship between RBI and commercial bank. You know, all of you are aware, Reserve Bank of India is the controller. Reserve Bank of India is the regulator for commercial banks in India. So the relationship between Reserve Bank of India and commercial bank. So Reserve Bank of India is called the regulator who regulates, and the commercial banks are called regulated. Okay, regulator and regulated. So these are all the questions which are not in the that is your slides, are taken from previous year exam questions. Okay, question number 11, answer is C. Again, I repeat, question number 11, Reserve Bank of India and commercial banks, regulator and regulated. Question number 11, answer is C. Question number 12. In the case of overdraft facility, where the account is showing credit balance temporarily, what is the relationship between the bank and the customer? Friends, you know, in the case of an overdraft facility, let us assume there is no credit balance. In the case of an overdraft facility, bank is called the creditor, customer is called that is a debtor, because the customer has taken a loan. But in this overdraft facility, there is a credit balance. So in such a case, the relationship becomes ulta. So where the account is showing credit balance, the relationship with the bank and the customer. Bank is called, that is in the case of a overdraft facility, so the bank is called debtor and the customer is called the creditor, because even though it is overdraft, temporarily at that point of time, it is showing credit balance, the money belongs to the customer, so the bank is called the debtor and the customer is called the creditor. Okay, sir. So total questions we have gone through. Okay. Now let's quickly go through the other 2-3 questions before we conclude this portion. These are all the questions, that is either for scale 1 to 2 or 2 to 3, 3 to 4, depending upon the, that is this one. Questions will be there, at least 1 or 2 questions will be there, friends. But depending upon the cadre, the question way in which it is framed will be slightly different. For 1 to 2, it will be straight cakewalk. For 2 to 3 and 3 to 4, little intense. What we have discussed, you should keep in mind. That's all. Question number 13. Canara Bank is maintaining a current account in euro with the Deutsche Bank in Frankfurt. So Canara Bank is maintaining an account in current account with the Deutsche Bank in Frankfurt as per customer banker relationship. So customer, who is the customer for Deutsche Bank? The customer for Deutsche Bank is Canara Bank. Who is the banker? Deutsche Bank is the banker. Canara Bank is maintaining a euro account with the Deutsche Bank in Frankfurt. As per customer banker relationship, Canara Bank is called. So Canara Bank is the customer. Who is maintaining? Canara Bank. What account it is maintaining? Current account. So what is the answer? Canara Bank is called. That is relationship between Canara customer and Canara Bank. Canara Bank is the creditor and the Deutsche Bank is the debtor. Okay. Question number 13, answer is E. Question number 13, answer is E. Question number 14. A fixed deposit is matured and lying with the bank in unclaimed deposit. In banker-customer relation, in this case, the bank is called. See, whether it is a fixed deposit matured, or it is a current account, or it is a SB account, if it is lying with the bank, the money belongs to the customer and the bank is maintaining the money on behalf of the customer. So bank is called the debtor, customer is called the creditor. So a fixed deposit is matured and lying with the bank in unclaimed deposit. In banker-customer relationship, in this case, the bank is called the bank is called the debtor. Question number 14, answer is B. Because whatever may be the deposit, the money should go to the customer. So bank is called the debtor and the customer is called the creditor. What is the question? In banker-customer relationship, in this case, the bank is called as the debtor. Question number 15. Bank issues duplicate demand draft in respect of a lost DD by taking indemnity. You know, whenever DDs are lost, so you have to take indemnity, stamped and unstamped depending upon the amount. So you have to take an indemnity. In respect, and then you will issue a duplicate draft. In respect of this indemnity, the banker-customer relationship will be indemnified indemnifier, indemnity holder and indemnifier, bail or bailee, A and B, none of these. So in this case, you can call the relationship banker and the customer. You can call the bank as indemnified and you can call the customer as indemnifier, or you can call the bank as indemnity holder and you can call the customer as indemnifier. Both A and B are applicable. So answer is D. For question number 15, answer is D, because you can tell anything. Either A you can tell or B you can tell. So for question number 15, answer is D. Question number 15, answer is D. Question number 16. Mr. A has given power of attorney to Mr. B. You know the power of attorney. The relationship between Mr. A and Mr. A. Who has given the power of attorney? Mr. A. So A is the principal, B is the agent. So in the case of a power of attorney, the relationship between the power of attorney only giver and power in whose favor the power of attorney is given, they are called principal and agent. Not only you need not only call them as principal and agent, you can call them in different names also. You can call them as donor, donee. Okay, in the case of power of attorney, donor and donee also you can call. And you can also call them as grantor and attorney. And you can also call them as principal and agent. See what I am telling? Mr. A has given a power of attorney to Mr. B. What is the relationship between Mr. A and Mr. B? Normally, A is called the principal, B is called the agent. Besides that, A is also called as the donor and B is called as the donee. And besides that, A can also be called as grantor and B can be called as attorney. So answer is 1 is correct, 2 is correct, 4 is correct. So you see, under answers, you have to choose A, B, C, D, E. In E, they are given 1, 2, and 4. What is 1? Donor and donee. What is 2? Grantor and attorney. What is 4? Principal and agent. 1, 2, and 4. Friends, so straight away they will not give A, B, C and ask you to choose. Sometimes they will go 1, 2, 3, 4 options, and then A, B, C will be from that 1, 2, 3, 4 multiple choices will be there. In that case, you have to choose answer C. For question number 16, answer is E, 1, 2, and 4. Okay. If you are thorough with these slides and if you are thorough with this question paper and if you're all knowledgeable and if you have the logic, you can answer any question. Definitely 1 questions or 2 questions, depending upon the cadre, questions are expected from this slide and from these 16 questions, friends. Okay, these are all the model questions. The basis is like that, so you please be thorough with that. Then, now we are quickly going to remaining questions, deposit related matters, RBI guidelines of general banking. So we are coming to see, all of you are aware about the Canara Bank's interest rate, Canara Bank's deposit rate, etc., etc. You are supposed to know. Now, here we are going to see, besides Canara Bank's guidelines, what is the Reserve Bank of India guidelines? So, Reserve Bank of India, I always say there is called as the Andavan, and banks in India are called Arunachalam. People who know Tamil may be able to understand where Rajinikanth has acted in that movie, Arunachalam, Andavan and Arunachalam. Okay, so Reserve Bank of India is the regulator, and commercial banks are called the regulated. You know. Okay, so here in this, we are going to see what Reserve Bank of India is telling in the various matters related to deposit. What Canara Bank is telling. Any bank operating in India has to frame its own deposit policy, for that matter, any policy, depending upon the overall guidelines given by Reserve Bank of India. So please note down the RBI website. If you get time, you can also go through www.rbi.org.in. Again, I repeat, www.rbi.org.in. If you go to that website, under the when you scroll to notifications, you can see all these guidelines in this notification there. Based on that notification only, Canara Bank is issuing circulars to you. Okay, so that means that is why general banking. If you say general banking is also covered in your exam, general banking is nothing but what Reserve Bank of India is telling, what is the rules for the banks and other things, then your circular. So both the things we'll discuss simultaneously. So please, that is give your attention over that. Okay, first question. The periodicity for crediting SB interest by any bank in India as per RBI guidelines. Friends, what is the periodicity of crediting SB interest in Canara Bank? 1st February, 1st May, 1st August and 1st November, isn't it? It is not same in all banks. So some banks will credit some other time. Canara Bank is crediting on 1st February, 1st May, 1st August, 1st November. Earlier years, the interest credit is once in 6 months. Now it is made once in 3 months. So Canara Bank has chosen the date 1st February, 1st May, 1st August and 1st November. It may undergo change from bank to bank. So my question is, the periodicity for crediting SB interest by any bank in India as per RBI guidelines is what Reserve Bank of India is telling when SB interest to be credited to the customer's account. Reserve Bank says the SB interest to be credited to the customer's account on a quarterly or less than quarterly intervals also. Once in 3 months minimum you have to give credit. If you want to give credit every month, you can give credit. If you want to give credit once in 2 months, you can give. If you want to give credit every day, you can give, because CBS will do. Okay, so what is the RBI guidelines? The periodicity of crediting SB interest by any bank in India as per RBI guidelines is quarterly or lesser intervals. Interest credit should not be delayed for more than a quarter. It can be a quarter or less than a quarter. When Canara Bank is doing, Canara Bank is giving credit once in a quarter. The dates are 1st February, 1st May, 1st August and 1st November. So please keep this in mind. Question number 17, answer is D. Don't take the answer C here. C is for Canara Bank. I asked the question as per RBI guidelines. This is a general banking question, friends. Next question. As per RBI master direction on deposits, differential interest rate for SB deposit can be paid by a bank provided the balance exceeds rupees 50 lakhs, rupees 25 lakhs, rupees 10 lakhs, rupees 1 lakh. Simultaneously, we'll see the PowerPoint presentation also. You'll be interested in seeing the PowerPoint. Okay. So before that, I have not asked a question on current deposit. Okay, current deposit, one important point. You know what is a current deposit. I need not tell you. For current deposits, no interest will be paid by the bank. However, for balances in the current account standing in the name of individuals or sole proprietorship concern. See, you know, current account many people will open. Even individuals will open. Sole proprietorship will open. A partnership will open. A company will open, etc., etc. Who are doing business. Suppose if the current account is opened by an individual, or if the current account is opened by a sole proprietorship concern, so in that case, you have to pay interest. When you have to pay interest, not ordinary days, you see. If our balances in current account standing in the name of individuals or sole proprietorship concern, interest shall be paid from the date of death of the depositor till settlement of claim at the SB interest prevailing on the date of payment. If you ask this question, you should not try a blank. In Canara Bank manual also the same thing is told. So as per Reserve Bank of India guidelines, when interest to be paid on the current account, so various options will be there. When it has to be paid only if the current account is in the name of an individual or sole proprietorship. After the death of the individual or sole proprietorship, from the date of death till the settlement of claim, you have to pay SB prevailing interest on the date of settlement of the claim. Okay, any question will be asked, friends. That is why I have put it over there. Okay, forget that. Then we'll go to SB account. SB, you have domestic SB, you have NRO SB, you have NRE SB. So interest to SB accounts to be calculated on daily product basis, no issue. These things are RBI guidelines. A uniform interest rate shall be set on balance up to rupees 1 lakh, irrespective of the amount in the account within this limit. Differential rates of interest may be provided for any end of day savings bank balance exceeding rupees 1 lakh. So as per Reserve Bank of India guideline, whether the balance is 1 rupee or 1 lakh, the rate of interest should be the same. Beyond that, you can have differential interest. Okay, so that is what Reserve Bank of India is telling. Okay, interest on savings deposit shall be credited at quarterly or shorter intervals, including for those frozen by enforcement authorities. So, what do you say? Dormant account, inoperative account, frozen account. SB interest to be credited on a quarterly or shorter intervals in all the SB accounts which are eligible for interest. This is RBI guideline. So I am showing to you the RBI guidelines with regard to interest matters on deposit matters as per Reserve Bank of India notification. What is Canara Bank is doing? You see, interest rate on SB. The circular was issued Canara Bank on 7/21/2020, dated 28/9. Still the circular holds good as on date. When you go for exam, by the time the circular has undergone a change, in the exam what they will ask, what is the SB interest rate in Canara Bank for balances 300 crores to less than 500 crores as on date. So when you go for the exam, before the exam, if the rate of interest has undergone a change, you should be able to know the correct answer. Suppose if they mention with effect from 28/9/2020, then accordingly, as per this circular, if they mention this, you can give. Suppose as on date, if they mention your exam date is on 5th December. If they mention as on date, by the time there is no change, you can mention the same. By the time there is any change, you are supposed to write the latest change given in the circular which have been issued by the bank. So you should undergo, update your skills and knowledge on a daily basis, friends. Okay. So what Canara Bank is telling, what RBI is telling, up to 1 lakh uniform. Above 1 lakh, you can give differential interest. What Canara Bank is doing, Canara Bank is telling up to 50 lakhs, I will give same interest. What Reserve Bank is telling up to 1 lakh, necessarily you have to give same interest. RBI, Canara Bank is telling not only 1 lakh, yeah, up to 50 lakh, I will not distinguish my interest. It is 2.90. 50 lakhs to less than 100 crores, 2.90. 100 crores less than 300 crores, 3%. 300 crores less than 500 crores, 3.05. 500 crores and above 3.220. In Canara Bank, interest is payable on daily product basis once in a quarter on 1st February, 1st May, 1st August, and 1st November. So I told you so far what is the RBI master direction says and what is Canara Bank is doing with regard to interest on current deposits and interest on savings bank deposits. Let's go to the question now. Then we'll come back to the PowerPoint. Okay, sir. So first two questions. So first question we already saw. Second 18 question, as per master direction and deposits, interest rate for SB deposit can be paid by a bank provided differential interest rate can be paid provided the balance exceeds 1 lakh. In Canara Bank, so it is not 1 lakh, something 50 lakhs or 100 crores, that you should know. So as per RBI guidelines, differential interest can be paid if the balance exceeds rupees 1 lakh. So question number 18, answer is D. Question number 18, answer is D. Question number 19. For calculating interest on SB accounts, as per RBI notification, banks to take daily product, daily minimum product, monthly minimum product, monthly product, minimum balance between 5th to last day of the month. The answer is A, daily product basis. We saw in the PowerPoint presentation. Canara Bank is also taking daily product basis. Okay, sir. Question number 20. So, question number 19, answer is A. Question number 19, answer is A. Question number 20. As per RBI Master Circular, to earn interest in NRO and domestic term deposit, if a customer wants to earn interest either on domestic term deposit or NRO term deposit, the minimum tenor of the deposit, there is a minimum tenor means the minimum period of deposit and the minimum amount should be. So the question is, what Reserve Bank of India is telling with regard to if a customer wants to earn an interest on a term deposit either domestic term deposit or NRO term deposit, what is the minimum period of the deposit and what is the, that is, minimum amount he has to deposit. What Andavan is telling, what Reserve Bank is telling, the question is asked. They are not asking what Canara Bank is doing. When what Canara Bank is doing, we will see when it comes. So as per RBI Master Circular, to earn interest in NRO and domestic term deposits, minimum tenor of the deposit is dash and minimum amount is dash. So answer is 15 days and 1,000, 7 days and 5 lakh, 7 days and 1,000, none of these. See, in Canara Bank, to earn interest in domestic and NRO new deposit, you should be minimum 7 days and 5 lakhs. But the question is, as per RBI Master Circular, what Reserve Bank is telling? Reserve Bank is also telling to earn interest on NRO and domestic term deposit, the minimum period of the deposit should be 7 days. Yes. But what is the minimum amount? The minimum amount is left to the discretions of the bank. That is why Canara Bank is telling 7 days, 5 lakhs. If you go to Indian Bank, they will say 7 days and 1,000 rupees. You got my point? Reserve Bank has not restricted the minimum amount. Reserve Bank has restricted only the number of days. So the question is, as per RBI Master Circular, to earn interest in NRO and domestic term deposit, minimum tenor of the deposit is dash and dash. So a correct answer for the question is, minimum tenor of the deposit should be 7 days and minimum amount is discretion of the bank. So that option is not given to you. So you have to tick D. None of this. So when none of this is the answer you are ticking, you should know the correct answer. So what is the correct answer for this question? Minimum is 7 days and minimum amount is discretion of the bank. So that option is not there. So you have to choose for question number 20, answer is D. For question number 20, the answer is D. Question number 21. So we're all seeing the RBI master directions, sir. We have not come to Canara Bank guidelines now. As per RBI guidelines, bank have to necessarily permit premature closure of term deposit accepted from individuals, single or joint, if the amount is rupees dash lakh and below. See, in Canara Bank, you know, premature closure of deposit. In Canara Bank, we are permitting premature closure of deposit. If the amount is less than 2 crores, we are permitting premature closure, whatever may be the amount, by applying 1% penal cut. If the deposit is 2 crores and above, whatever may be the amount, we are permitting premature closure without any penal cut. That's what I was telling about Canara Bank, which you are supposed to know. Okay, HO Circular 539/21. Okay, so what Canara Bank says, so with regard to premature closure, Canara Bank is permitting premature closure for all people. Okay, for all people, whatever may be the deposit amount, up to 2 crores with 1% penal cut. If the deposit amount is 2 crores and above, Canara Bank is permitting premature closure irrespective of the amount for all the people without penal cut. But what Reserve Bank is telling, as per RBI guidelines, bank to necessarily permit premature closure of term deposit accepted from individuals. No bank should say, I will not close before maturity for a deposit if it is accepted from an individual, if the amount is rupees 15 lakhs and below. Necessarily, if the amount of the deposit is 15 lakhs and below, and if it is accepted from individual, banks should not say, we will not close before maturity. So what Canara Bank is telling, irrespective of the amount, Canara Bank is permitting premature closure. As per RBI guidelines, it is rupees 15 lakhs and below. For question number 21, answer is E. Question number 21, answer is C. We'll quickly go through the PowerPoint presentation. Okay. Say, term deposit, Reserve Bank of India guidelines. To earn interest, minimum period of term deposit is domestic and NRO 7 days. NRE and FCNR 1 year. Okay, it's all of you know. Maximum period, domestic NRO and NRE 10 years. Maximum period of a deposit as per RBI guidelines, domestic NRO, NRE 10 years. And FCNR, it is 5 years. So if you see the interest chart, it will start from 7 days for NRO and domestic, and it will end up with 10 years. For NRE, if you see, it will start from 1 year and end up with 10 years. If you see FCNR, it will start with 1 year and end up with 5 years. So you cannot exceed what Reserve Bank of India telling. You have to operate within that. RBI not restricts the minimum and maximum amount. RBI restricts only the number of days, number of years. What is the minimum period for a deposit? What is the maximum period for a deposit? Within that, you can open deposit. The minimum and maximum amount the banks can prescribe. In Canara Bank, fresh deposit, fresh domestic and NRO deposit will be accepted for 7 days. So what RBI says, domestic and NRO you have to accept for 7 days. Yes, we are also accepting, provided the balance is 5 lakhs. Okay, so for less than 5 lakhs also Canara Bank will accept, provided the balance is 50. Sorry, for less than 5 lakhs also Canara Bank will accept fresh deposit, but the minimum period should be 15 days. So to open a deposit for 7 days in Canara Bank for domestic and NRO, the minimum amount should be 5 lakhs. If the depositor wants to make less than 5 lakhs, so you can ask him to open the 15 days deposit, not less than 15 days. Okay. Then, so we'll just quickly go through the question paper. Okay. As per RBI guidelines, banks to have necessarily, okay, this we have seen, question number 21, question number 22. What is the additional interest that can be offered to term deposits of senior citizen by any bank in India as per RBI master direction on interest rate and deposits? What is the additional interest you are giving to senior citizen in Canara Bank? We are giving 0.50%. Is it? And what we are telling, so there are certain conditions are there in Canara Bank. What is that condition? The deposit should be less than 2 crores and the period should be 180 days and above. What Reserve Bank of Canara Bank is doing for senior citizen deposit, senior citizen will get additional 0.50%, general public. I'm not talking about extra. Senior citizen general public in Canara Bank will get additional 0.50%, provided the deposit is for 180 days and above, and if it is less than 2 crores. If the deposit is more than 2 crores, or if the deposit is less than 180 days, Canara Bank in the circular, they are not permitting. But still, if the customer insists for additional 0.50%, the authority in Canara Bank to permit additional rate for senior citizen, which is less than 180 days, or when the amount is above 2 crores, is either the general manager or chief general manager heading strategic planning and development being HO, SP and D being HO. Okay, so Canara Bank is giving 0.50. You go to some other bank, they may give 0.75 also. You go to some other bank, they may give 1% also. Now the question is, what is the additional interest that can be offered to term deposit of senior citizen by any bank in India as per RBI direction on interest rate on deposits? For this question, you have to take none of these. Reserve Bank of India is not telling you have to give 0.50 to all senior citizen deposit. They told banks can give additional interest if they like to give to senior citizen. In Canara Bank, you are giving 0.50. For question number 22, don't take answer A. The correct answer is D. So RBI has not prescribed any additional interest for senior citizen. It is left to the discretion of the bank. So question number 22, answer is D. Question number 23. To earn interest on NRE term deposit, the minimum period is 1 year, you know. For NRO deposit, it is 7 days, you know. For FCNR deposit, again, it is 1 year by any bank in India. So 1 year, 7 days and 1 year. So for question number 23, answer is A. For question number 23, answer is A. Very simple question. Question number 24. Which one of the following interest rates are specified by RBI and not left to the discretion of the banks concerned? Okay, NRE savings bank deposits, domestic term deposit, domestic SB deposit, loans to distressed persons up to rupees 1 lakh, none of these. The question is, so out of these A, B, C, D, so 4 options are given, another option is none of these. Out of the 4 options, which interest rate is prescribed by RBI and not left to the discretion of the banks? NRE savings deposit rate, no, banks can fix their own rate. Domestic term deposit rate, they can fix, but the minimum is 7 days, maximum is 10 years. Domestic SB deposit, banks can fix the interest rate, but up to 1 lakh, same interest to be given. Loans to distressed persons up to 1 lakh, whether it is linked to RLLR, if it is MSME, etc., or it is linked to MCLR, if it is agriculture, etc. Okay, this is also not fixed by RBI. Which interest rate is fixed by RBI? DRI interest rate, differential rate of interest scheme, is there? No, 4%. That is only fixed by RBI. So A is not fixed by RBI, B is not fixed by RBI, C is not fixed by RBI, D is also not fixed by RBI. The correct answer is none of these. Question number 24, the correct answer is none of these. Question number 25. Which among the following authorities fixes the rate of interest on NRE SB deposit for banks operating in India? See, whether NRE SB deposit or domestic SB deposit or term deposit, who decides the interest rates in India in the banks? So banks board of directors, they will take into account the RBI guidelines. Based on that, they will frame the interest rate. Who decides the rate of interest? Board of directors of the bank. Question number 25, answer is D. In Canara Bank, the board of directors has given the power to ALCO committee, that is asset liability committee, okay, to fix the rate of interest. Board of directors of the bank are empowered to fix interest rates on deposits, advances, whatever it may be. So for question number 25, answer is D. Question number 26. As per RBI guidelines, interest rate for NRE and NRO deposit, both SB and term deposits of similar maturity. What is that? NRE SB, NRO SB. Okay. So NRE term deposit or NRO term deposit, either 7 days or 10 days or 15 days, whatever it is. As per RBI guidelines, interest rate for NRE and NRO deposit are to be. So compared to domestic deposit, how much NRE and NRO interest rates can be? That's what the question. As per RBI guidelines, what Reserve Bank of India telling? You are fixing interest rate for domestic deposit. You are fixing interest rate for NRO term deposit. You are fixing interest rate for NRE term deposit. When you fix interest rates for NRO term deposit and when you fix interest rates on NRE term deposit as compared to domestic rate, how much you can either more or less you can fix? That is the question. Okay. As per RBI guidelines, interest rate for NRE and NRO deposits, both SB and term deposits of similar maturity, are to be the same as that of domestic rates. So rate of NRE deposit or NRO deposit, whether it has to be the same. It has to be the same. Whether RBI says whether it has to be the same. Point number B, equal to or more than domestic deposit rate, whether you can fix the NRO and NRE rates of same maturity either equal to or more than the domestic rate, or whether you can fix NRE NRO rate equal to or less than the domestic rate at the discretion of the bank. What RBI says? RBI says that is, as per RBI guidelines, interest rate for NRE and NRO deposit should be either equal to or less than the domestic rate. So it should be either equal or less than the domestic rate. In Canara Bank, the rates are the same. In Canara Bank, the rates are the same. Let's quickly go through. Say, as per RBI guidelines, interest rate for SB as well as term deposit under NRO and NRE should be either the same or less than that is offered under domestic SB and domestic term deposit of similar maturity. But in Canara Bank, what RBI says, it should be the same or less than it. If you go to some banks, if you see the rate of interest, NRO and NRE rate may be less than domestic rate. What RBI says, NRE and NRO rate should be either equal or less than domestic rate. In Canara Bank, NRE rate for 1 year, domestic deposit rate for 1 year, NRO rate for 1 year, it is the same. For 2 years, it is the same. For 3 years, it is the same. Okay, so in our bank, the rates are the same because RBI told it can be either the same or less than the domestic rate. We have taken the same rate of interest. Okay, that's why simultaneously I am showing our bank also. Okay, so the answer for question number 26, I already told you. For question number 26, the answer is C. Question number 26, answer is C. Question number 27. Banks in India have to have the same tenor for which type of deposits. So what do you mean by same tenor, sir? See, you see interest rate, HO circular 539/21. That is interest rate for domestic deposits and NRO deposits. 7 days to 14 days, 15 days to 45 days, 45 days to something like that, it is mentioned. So the slab, that is called the tenor of the deposit. So the tenor of the deposit. So the tenor of the deposit will vary from bank to bank with the minimum what RBI told for NRO and domestic minimum 7 days. For NRE minimum 1 year. For domestic and NRO maximum is 10 years. For NRE maximum 10 years. That's what RBI has told. RBI has not told what should be the in between the slab and what should be the rate of interest. Every bank has the freedom to do the tenor. Tenor is nothing but between the minimum and maximum, what type of slabs have been fixed. So banks have the freedom to fix the tenor for all types of deposits other than for FCNR deposit. If you go to banks, so the tenor of the deposit, that is interest rate circular, if you go to the www of the respective bank's website, you can see the interest rate charts displayed there, including Canara banks. So the tenor is nothing but the period or the slab will vary from bank to bank in respect of NRO, NRE or domestic deposit. But the tenor for FCNR deposit will be the same in all the banks. I'll show the PowerPoint, you'll understand. See, here you will go. See, in the case of, so you see here, okay. The tenor and, so that is banking industry. The tenor and interest rate for domestic NRO, NRE deposit will vary from bank to bank within the minimum and maximum period. You know, minimum period is domestic NRO is 7 days, maximum is 10 years. NRE minimum 1 year, maximum 10 years. So within that slab, the slabs will undergo a change between bank to bank. While the tenor will be the same for FCNR deposit for all the banks, the tenor, that is the interest rate slab should be the same for all the banks. But interest rate will vary from bank to bank. You see, so next slide we'll see. The slab for FCNR deposit, whether you go to Canara Bank or you take any other bank, the slabs will be like this only. 1 year to less than 2 years, 2 years to less than 3 years, 3 years to less than 4 years, 4 years to less than 5 years, 5 years only. Every bank should fix the tenor like that only. They cannot fix 1 year to less than 1.5 years, 1.5 years to less than 5 years. No, they cannot fix. All banks have to fix the tenor of FCNR deposit same. But NRO, domestic and NRE, the tenor can be different. Okay. So interest rate, coming to interest rate, it will vary from bank to bank depending upon the LIBOR rate or whatever it is. When it comes there, I will tell. So the tenor of FCNR deposit will be the same for all banks operating in India. Interest rate for FCNR deposit may vary from bank to bank, but the tenor will be uniform for all the banks. Okay, the rate of interest for FCNR deposit will be announced by every bank on every month. FCNR deposit interest rates to be announced by banks every month. Okay, let's go to the question paper. Quickly, we'll see. So, banks in India have to have same tenor for which type of deposits? FCNR. Question number 27, answer is D. Question number 27, answer is D. Question number 28. What type of FCNR deposits bank in India can open for NRIs? Generally, FCNR, NRO, and NRE, you will open only for NRI, okay, or OCI, okay, overseas corporate Indians or whatever it is, you will open for them. That is PIO, persons of Indian origin. So, what type of FCNR deposits banks in India can open for NRI? Current account under FATCA, SB account for long-term visa holders of Bangladesh, term deposit other than RD, term deposit including RD, KDR and FDR. So options are A is 5. What is 5? So KDR and FDR. Option B, 1 to 5 all. 1 to 5 all you know. Option C, 4. What is 4? Term deposit including RD. Option D, 3. What is 3? Term deposit other than RD. Then option D, 1 to 3 all. See, this type of questions will be there. So, you know, you have to choose the correct answer. what type of term deposits banks can open under FCNR? In Canara Bank, what type of deposits you are opening for your FCNR deposit? You are opening fixed deposit, Commodity deposit, and RD. The question is not for Canara Bank. Canara Bank name only Commodity deposit and fixed deposit. So the name will vary from bank to bank. So generally, what type of deposits banks in India can open under FCNR? Term deposits including RD. So term deposit including RD, where 4 is given. So answer is C. Answer for question number 28, answer is C. So term deposit including RD. Question number 28, answer is C. Question number 28, answer is C. Question number 29. FCNR deposits can be opened by a bank in India in how many foreign currencies? So you are opening in 5 foreign currencies, that is US dollar, euro, etc., etc. So RBI has permitted banks to open FCNR deposits in all permitted freely transferable currencies. That is, banks will be maintaining the Nostro account with various other banks. Wherever the funds are easily transferable in any currency, FCNR deposit can be opened by the bank. For the time being, Canara Bank is opening in 5 currencies. So for question number 29, answer is E. Question number 29, answer is E. As per RBI guidelines, the interest rate for FCNR deposit for 1 year to less than 2 years and 2 years to less than 3 years should not be more than LIBOR plus 200 basis points. Okay, the PowerPoint it is there. When you go to the PowerPoint, I will also upload the PowerPoint. You'll be able to answer the question. So question number 20, answer is A. For question number 20, answer is A. Okay. Differential interest rate for NRE, NRE, for NRO, NRE, domestic term deposit can be paid when the amount is rupees dash and above as per RBI guidelines. Sir, when you can pay differential interest for a deposit, either NRE or NRO or domestic, if it is 2 crores and above. 2 crores and above rate is called bulk deposit rate, isn't it? So that is 2 crores and above. As per RBI guideline, differential rate of interest on NRE, NRO or domestic deposit can be paid back if it is rupees 2 crores and above. So bulk deposit is 2 crores and above. When differential interest can be paid as per RBI guidelines to SB deposit, when the balance is above 1 lakh. Here, when differential interest can be paid on term deposit, NRO, NRE as well as domestic, balance is 2 crores and above. Okay, so for question number 31, answer is B. Question number 31, answer is B. Then, what is the maximum number of joint account holders in a SB term deposit account in Canara Bank? So, answer is 4. And 2, beyond 4, MAPD permission is needed. 3, no restrictions. For Canara tax saver, only 2. Okay, what is the correct answer? As far as Canara Bank is concerned, either SB deposit or term deposit, other than Can tax saver, the number of account holders can be any number. Last year, it was only 4. Above 4, if you want to add, you have to get permission from MAPD section. That has been relaxed this year because RBI has not restricted the maximum number of joint account holders in a deposit account. So Canara Bank also has removed it. So what is the maximum number of joint account holders? So what is the answers given? Answer is A, 4. So the answer is A is 1, 4, no. Answer B, 2, no. Answer is C, 3 and 4. What is 3? No restrictions. What is 4? For Canara tax saver, it is only 2. What is D? 1 and 2. What is 1? 4. What is 2? Beyond 4. So the correct answer is for SB and term deposit in Canara Bank, the number of account holders is any number, no restriction. And for Can tax saver, the maximum number of people only 2. So that is answer is 3 as well as answer is 4. So where 3 and 4 is given? Under C. So the option for question number 32 is C. So 3 what I have given? No restriction. Correct. But for Canara tax saver, it is only 2. That is also correct. So 3 and 4 are the correct answers for this question. For question number 32, the answer is C. So you have to choose the answers like that. Question number 32, answer is C. Question number 34. The minimum period of acceptance of domestic term deposit, NRO term deposit of rupees 2 lakhs in our bank. So what I told you, if it is 7 days, it should be minimum 5 lakhs. If it is less than 5 lakhs, the minimum period is So the minimum period is 15 days. The minimum period of acceptance of domestic term deposit, NRO deposit of rupees 2 lakh in our bank is 15 days. If it is 7 days, the minimum should be 5 lakhs. Okay, this is accepting a fresh deposit. Suppose already he has, let us assume he has made a deposit of 2 lakhs. Okay, already he has made a deposit of 2 lakhs. What is the minimum period? 15 days. You would accept it for 15 days and above. Let us assume 15 days back he has come and he wanted to make a deposit of 2 lakhs. You told him, sir, 7 days we will not accept. Minimum should be 15 lakhs. So 15 days. So he has deposited for 15 days. Now, after 15 days, the deposit is mature. So the maturity value, let's assume, is 2 lakhs 1,000. This 2 lakhs 1,000. So what is the period for renewal of this 2 lakhs 1,000? See, irrespective of the amount, in the case of renewal, the minimum period is 7 days. If it is new deposit, the minimum period should be 7 days, provided the amount is 5 lakhs. If it is less than 5 lakhs, minimum period should be 15 days. If it comes to renewal, irrespective of the amount, deposits can be renewed. That is, domestic and NRO deposits can be renewed irrespective of the amount for 7 days. Okay, that's what I am telling. The minimum is question number 33, please read. The minimum period of acceptance of domestic term deposit, NRO deposit of rupees 2 lakhs in our bank is 15 days. Question number 33, answer is B. Question number 33, answer is B. Question number 34. What is the minimum period of renewal of a domestic at NRO term deposit of 3 lakhs, which he has already made? Now he wants to renew in our bank. Minimum period is 7 days. Renewal is possible for less than 5 lakhs, for that is 7 days also. That's what I want to drive home. Question number 34, answer is A. Question number 34, answer is A. Question number 35. Branches can accept bulk deposit, domestic NRO and NRE of rupees 2 crores and above up to 10 crores at card rates by getting permission from Dash Wing HO through MIPD and PP section of the Circle Office, Management Information Planning Development and Profit Planning section of Circle Office. From whom you have to get permission? SP and D Wing HO, Treasury Wing Mumbai, Development Wing, none of these. Friends, I want to make it very clear. You also know, if the deposit is above 2 crores and above up to 10 crores, no need to get anybody's permission if it is accepted at the rates given in the circular. That's what your circular says, 539/2021. That's your circular 539/2021. So, if the deposit is, that is 2 crores and above up to 10 crores, if it is accepted at the card rate means what is given in the circular. Nobody else permission is required. On the other hand, if you want to give a differential interest rate for deposits of 2 crores and above up to 10 crores, then you have to get permission from head of SP and D Wing, where it is told HO Circular 539/21. That is the latest circular on interest rates on domestic and NRO deposits. Okay, for question number 35, answer is none of these. To accept a deposit of 2 crores and above up to 10 crores at card rates, nobody permission is required. If you want to give a differential interest rates for 2 crores and above less than 10 crores, other than what is mentioned in the circular, then you have to get permission from head of SP and D Wing HO. Okay, question number 36. Rate of interest for single bulk deposit of 10 crores and above, because if you see the circular in 539/2021, interest rates up to 10 crores only is given, less than 10 crores is given. For 10 crores and above, interest rate is not at all given in the circular. If any branch which is permitted to accept a bulk deposit as per HO Circular 521/2021. There are certain designated branches, they only can accept deposits of 10 crores and above as recommended by the circle. If these branches are getting a deposits of 10 crores and above, single bulk deposit of 10 crores and above, interest rate is not available in the circular. They have to get the permission from that is Treasury and Investment Division, Integrated Treasury Wing Mumbai through MIPD section Circle Office. So for question number 36, answer is A. For question number 36, answer is A. For question number 36, answer is A. Question number 37. which is correct with regard to non-callable bulk deposit in our bank. Non-callable. What is non-callable, sir? So non-callable is before maturity is not permitted. So non-callable deposit before maturity is not permitted. What Reserve Bank of India is telling with regard to before maturity, if the deposit is 15 lakhs and below, necessarily before maturity to be permitted. In Canara Bank, we won't permit before maturity if the deposit is 2 crores and above under non-callable deposit. Okay, we are not violating RBI guidelines. Okay, let us see. What is a non-callable deposit? See here, you see, bulk deposit of rupees 2 crores and above, but less than 10 crores, branches can accept the deposit at card rates without any permission. Bulk deposits of 2 crores and above, but less than 10 crores for preferential rates to be taken up with SP and DVHO through MIPD and PP circuit. So what I want to tell is, don't be under the impression 2 crores to 10 crores, you can accept, you can give a differential rate without giving anybody's permission. If you are giving card rate, you don't want anybody's permission. If you want to give a differential interest, you have to get permission from head of SP and DV. Bulk deposit of 10 crores and above designated branches to take up with the T&I division integrated treasury in Mumbai to MIPD section of the circle and get rates, since rates are not given in HO circular for deposits of 10 crores and above. Okay, sir, good. This we already saw, no? Senior citizen. Okay, good. Okay, sir. When it comes there, we will see. So, good. Which is correct with regard to non-callable deposits. So in fact, I was searching for that slide. Okay. Non-callable deposit. Non-callable deposit means deposits cannot be closed before maturity. So which are all that in Canara Bank, which type of deposits can be accepted under non-callable? No before maturity and no automatic renewal is permitted for non-callable deposit. No before maturity, no automatic renewal. The deposit should be rupees 2 crores and above. The deposit should be 2 crores and above. The non-callable deposit is not available for individuals and HUF. For individuals and HUF, they can open only callable deposits. So non-callable deposit is not available for HUF and that is individuals in Canara Bank. The minimum period of non-callable deposit is 46 days and maximum period is less than 5 years. This is called a non-callable deposit as far as our bank is concerned. Let's see the question. Which is correct with regard to non-callable bulk deposit in our bank? 2 crores and above. Yes, correct. Minimum 46 days and above, maximum less than 5 years. Correct. Differential interest rate is applicable for this deposit. Correct. Premature closure not permitted and automatic renewal not available. Correct. Non-callable deposit cannot be accepted from individuals and HUF. That is also correct. So what is correct? 1 to 5, all is correct. So for question number 37, answer is A. For question number 37, answer is A. 1 to 5, all are correct. Okay, this simple question will come for 1 to 2. For 2 to 3, 3 to 4, same subject, same circular, a different slightly 1 point which will come. Okay, good sir. Question number 38. For senior citizen domestic term deposit, including RD, for general, this I already told you. So this slide will go, then you will be able to answer the question with regard to senior citizen deposits. Okay, sir. Okay. As per Reserve Bank of India guidelines, banks have the freedom to fix higher interest rates for domestic term deposits for senior citizens. Additional interest for senior citizens is at the discretion of the banks. RBI has not told what is the additional interest banks have to give. In Canara Bank, we are giving 0.50%. Additional interest is permitted only for senior citizen deposits, only for domestic deposit, including RD. Additional interest is not permitted for NRO, NRE, FCNR, etc., etc. Keep that in mind. As per RBI guidelines, banks have the freedom to fix higher interest rates for domestic term deposits of senior citizens. For deposits of HUF, even if the Karta is a senior citizen, additional interest cannot be paid. For retired staff who are senior citizens, additional interest rate as applicable to senior citizen over and above the additional interest payable to staff is payable. For retired staff who are senior citizens, I am a person, I am a retired staff, I am a senior citizen. You know, retired staff and staff will get 1%. Okay. And you know, in Canara Bank, for senior citizen, general public, you are giving 0.50. For retired senior citizen staff, you have to give 1.50% more. Okay, let us see. In Canara Bank. So this is what RBI is telling. What Andavan is, Arunachalam is telling, we will see. In Canara Bank. For senior citizen domestic term deposit, including RD, additional interest of 0.5% is paid, provided the deposit is less than 2 crores with a tenor of 180 days and above, including for can tax saver. Okay, friends, 0.50 additional interest is paid to domestic term deposits, including RD and including can tax saver in Canara Bank if the deposit is for 180 days and above and the amount is less than 2 crores. Suppose if somebody wants to deposit above 2 crores or less than 180 days, then also you have to get permission from from head of SP and DB. Normally, you will not give. You have to take up with them to get additional 0.50%. Coming to senior citizen X staff. For senior citizen X staff, additional interest of 1.50 is paid. 1% for X staff, 0.50 for senior citizen, irrespective of the amount and period. The amount of 2 crores, less than 2 crores and 180 days above is applicable only for general citizens, general public. Suppose I am a senior citizen X staff. If I am bringing 5 crores to you, I am making only for 90 days. You have to give me 1.50. So this condition is applicable only for the general public senior citizen. This condition is not applicable for ex-employee senior citizen for whom you are going to give 1.50. Friends, for can tax saver, so for general public, you will give 0.50. Okay, for can tax saver, for general public, you will give 0.50 more, senior citizen. So for senior citizen X staff, the domestic deposit, you will give 1.50. Suppose if I am making a can tax saver, you will not give 1.50 for the senior citizen X staff, you will give only 1%. The additional interest of 0.50 for senior citizen is not available to senior citizen ex-employee under can tax saver. They are eligible only for 1%. Okay, then suppose the senior spouse, for example, ex-employees will be there. Ex-employees are deceased, employee would have deceased, or ex-employee would have deceased. The spouse will be there. The spouse would have attained 60 years. So, what is the additional interest you will give to the spouse of an deceased ex-employee? What is the additional interest you will give for the spouse of a deceased employee or a deceased ex-employee when the spouse has already attained 60 years and above? For her also, you will give only 1% additional interest. You will not give 1.50. The 1.50 is applicable only if the senior citizen ex-employee is alive. If the senior citizen ex-employee is not alive, by virtue of the spouse, even though she is senior citizen, she is not eligible for that is 1.50, she will get only 1%. Please refer HO Circular 539/21 as well as 15/2009. Again, I repeat, for last point, please get clarified from HO Circular 539/21 as well as 15/2009. Okay, sir, let's go to the questions. Then, see, so they are now, I think, yes. Okay, so question number 38. For senior citizens, domestic term deposits, including RD, for general public, the additional rate of 0 is provided by Canara Bank. Only the deposit is for dash and above, and amount should be less than rupees. So 180 days and above, amount should be less than 2 crores. Question number 38, answer is A. Question number 38, answer is A. Question number 39. One of your HNI customer wants to deposit 5 crores for 46 days. Okay, he's a senior citizen. How much he wants to make? 5 crores. That is about 2 crores. What is the period? Less than 180 days. He wants additional interest of 0.5% applicable for senior citizen. Normally, you will not give. Not permitted. Circulate can permit on a case-to-case basis. Head of SP and DB can permit on a case-to-case basis. In such a case, head of SP and DB can HO can permit on a case-to-case basis. So that is question number 39. Answer is C. Question number 39. Answer is C. So friends, in the beginning of this test paper, so other than banker-customer relationship, In the beginning, before 17 questions started, I have mentioned the deposit related matters, RBI guidelines or deposit matters, current and SB manual updated till 31/3/2020, deposit policy of the bank for the year 21-22, 721/2020, 539/21, 541/21, 626/21. These circulars you should be thorough. Okay, so that you can answer any type of question. Okay, sir. So what I have given in the beginning on the top, those circulars you should be thorough. Okay, sir. For question number 39, answer is C. Question number 39, answer is C. What is the additional interest payable for senior citizen ex-employee term deposit of 20 lakhs accepted for 90 days? What I told you, if he is a senior citizen ex-employee, you should not see what is the amount of the deposit, what is the period of the deposit. Irrespective of the amount of deposit, irrespective of the period of deposit, you have to give 1.50. So 1.50 more than general public. Question number 40, answer is C. Question number 40, answer is C. Question number 41. The additional interest for term deposit payable to spouse who is a senior citizen. The spouse is a senior citizen now of the deceased employee, deceased ex-employee is only 1%. Question number 41, answer is B. Question number 41, answer is B. Please refer HO Circular 539/21 to be read along with HO Circular 15/2009. Okay, so question number 41, answer is B. Question number 42. For capital gains account, what is the additional interest available for employees? Friends, for capital gains accounts, no additional interest for anybody, either employees or ex-employees or senior citizen, no additional interest for anyone. So question number 42, answer is E. Okay, nobody will get additional interest for that is capital gains account. Question number 42, answer is E. Okay, question number 43. The additional interest for CAN tax saver for senior citizen general public. If he is a senior citizen general public, he is making a CAN tax saver, what is the additional interest you will give? For employees, what is the additional interest you will give? For senior citizen ex-employees, what is the additional interest you will give? That is the question. So if it's a general public, for CAN tax saver, you will give 0.50, irrespective of the amount and period. So the 180 days and above, less than 2 crores is applicable only for the days other than CAN tax saver. If it is a CAN tax saver deposit, you will give him, because CAN tax saver maximum you can invest only up to 1.50 lakhs. The period is only 5 years, isn't it? So for CAN tax saver, the general public will get, if he is a senior citizen, on the date of making the deposit. Okay, that you can keep in mind. If he's a senior citizen on the date of making the deposit, for CAN tax saver, he will get 0.50. Employees, how much they will get? They will get 1% more. What is senior citizen ex-employees they will get? They will also get 1%. So for question number 43, answer is B. Question number 43, answer is B. 0.50, 1%, 1%. So all these things are given in the circulars which I have mentioned before commencing these questions. Okay. Question number 43, answer is B. Question number 44. You are supposed to go through at least these circulars to shine in the examination. At least, I am using the word at least to go through these circulars. Question number 44. With effect from 24/7/2018, HO Circular 4/11/2018. In our bank, the system will automatically enable preferential rate of interest of 0.50% for which types of term deposits from the date the customer attaining senior citizen status. Okay, when the customer attains a senior citizen status, so till that date, so you will not have given any additional interest for the senior citizen. The moment he attains that 60 years plus, based on the date of birth, system will automatically start giving the additional rate of interest as applicable to the senior citizen from that date. So what is the question? Enable so for which type of deposits this type of additional interest being given in the system when the customer attains the day senior citizenship from which that date. Domestic term deposit, NRO, NRE, FCNR, CAN tax saver. Options are A, 1 and 5. What is 1? Domestic term deposit. What is 5? CAN tax saver. 1 to 5 all. 1 only, 5 only, None of these. Friends, again I repeat. In Canara Bank, okay, senior citizen additional interest is permitted for a senior citizen subject to certain conditions 0.50. At the time of making deposit, so he need not be a senior citizen. So you will not give that additional rate. Once he attains the senior citizen status, system will automatically fix the additional interest rate from that date. This is applicable only for domestic term deposits. NRO no additional rate, NRE no rate, senior citizen, FCNR no rate. Even for CAN tax saver, again I repeat, CAN tax saver, senior citizen will get 0.50, general public, or staff will get 1% more only at the time of opening the account if they are senior citizens. At the time of opening the account, they are not senior citizens. Subsequently, they become senior citizens before the deposit matures. In that case also, they will not get the additional interest as mentioned in HO Circular 411/2018. Okay, sir? Okay, good. So answer is one only, where one only has C. So domestic term deposit only. For question number 44, answer is C. Question number 45. What is the penal interest cut in respect of callable deposit of 2 crores and above closed before maturity? So up to less than 2 crores, we have an interest charge. 2 crores and above callable and non-callable we have. Non-callable, you cannot close before maturity. Callable 2 crores and above, less than 10 crores, you can close before maturity. So if it is a callable deposit, and if the deposit amount is 2 crores and above, if it is closed before maturity, in Canara Bank, no penal cut. Okay, in Canara Bank, no penal cut. So answer for question number 45, answer is C. Question number 45, answer is C. Question number 46. Capital gains deposit will attract a penalty of 1%. Like other deposit, it is also attract a penalty of 1%. Okay, sir. Answer is A. Answer is A. Okay, these are very simple questions. Quickly we'll go through. Question number 46. Answer is A. What is question number 47? Auto renewal is not available for what type of deposits? We will see. The slide is there. Okay. Auto renewal. Okay, sir. Let us quickly go to. Let us not waste the time over there. Auto renewal is not available for which type of deposits? CAN tax saver, it is not available. Capital gains, it is not available. Non-callable deposit, it is not available. Canara unique deposit, it is not available. Canara Khazana and Canara Sika, even though they are closed, the maturing deposits will not be getting automatically renewed. Even recently, they Arthi or something on deposit they introduced, no, that also automatic renewal is not possible. So automatic renewal is not available for all these deposits. So 1 to 5 all. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For all the 5, automatic renewal is not available. Question number 47, answer is B. Question number 47, answer is B. Question number 48. What is the interest rate payable on overdue NRE deposit with effect from July 2nd, 2021? SB interest or the contracted interest on the matured NRE deposit, whichever is less from the date of maturity till the date of payment. Again, I repeat, when the NRE deposit is mature and if it is not automatically renewed for the overdue period, what additional interest you will give from July 2nd, 2021? SB interest or the contracted interest on the matured NRE deposit, whichever is less from the date of maturity till the date of payment. B. SB interest from the date of maturity till the date of payment, either A or B. And that is last option is none of these. Friends, you would have recently seen a circular. If a deposit is matured and if it is not renewed, due to very reasons, CAN tax saver cannot be renewed automatically. Okay, like that. If the deposit is matured and if it is not renewed automatically, for the overdue period, what interest you will give? Recent HO circular has come. Reserve Bank also has issued a circular. What says? So far, for the overdue period for domestic deposit, you have been paying, that is SB prevailing SB interest, isn't it? Now the recent circular says overdue deposit for the overdue period, you will give SB interest or the deposit rate at which the deposit is accepted, whichever is less. Okay, that is a recent circular. That is applicable only for domestic term deposit. Okay, for NRE term deposit, it is not applicable. Please, I repeat. So the question is, that is SB interest rate or the rate on the matured accepted rate for the matured deposit, whichever is less. That rate is applicable only for domestic term deposit, but that is not applicable for NRE term deposit. For NRE term deposit, if they are matured, if they are overdue, for the overdue period, they will continue to get the SB interest prevailing on the day. Okay, so answer for the question is, answer is B. Question number 48, answer is B. So you should not write answer A. Answer A is applicable only for, as per RBI circular, only for domestic term deposit. So for NRE term deposit, answer is B. So these things are given in the circulars which I mentioned before starting the session. Okay, you are supposed to go through these circulars. Question number 49. So these questions are taken from your SB and current account manual updated till 31/3/2020, which is uploaded in your website. A minor who, either student or otherwise, has completed dash years of age and able to read and write can open SB deposit in his or her name and operate the account by self without guardian, and he can also a term deposit as per RBI guidelines. So as per RBI guidelines, if he is minor, whether he can be a student or whether all minors need not be student. So if he can be a student or he need not be a minor, he need not be a student. If he has completed 10 years and above, he is permitted to open SB account in his own name and operate the account without guardian. So what is the age? As per RBI guidelines, 10 years and above. Question number 49, answer is B. Question number 49, answer is B. Okay, question number 50. So in Canara Bank, so what Antavan is telling, what Arunachalam is doing. In Canara Bank, in the above case, in our bank, the minor, other than the, so minor, there are two types of minors. One is student minor, other than student minor. Okay. So as per RBI guideline, whether he is a minor student or that is other than minor student, if he has completed 10 years and above, banks have the freedom to open SB account and permit them to operate. But Canara Bank is telling, in Canara Bank, if the minor, other than the minor student, he is not a student. If the minor is not a student, he should have completed how many years to open and operate the SB account by himself without the guardian? That is the question. See, in the above case, in our bank, the student, say a minor other than the student, should have completed 14 years of age. So as per Reserve Bank of India, either student or non-student, 10 years. But Canara Bank says, if he is not a student, then he should have completed 14 years of age to open and operate SB account without guardian. So answer is B. Question number 50, answer is B. Okay, question number 50, answer is B. Question number 51. A minor student, so non-minor, no, that is non-student, 14 years. If the minor is a student in Canara Bank, he should have completed 10 years. So like RBI, we also permit minor student, if he is able to read and write, by getting a declaration from the parent, you will open for the minor student SB account and permit him to operate the account if he has completed 10 years. Question number 51, answer is B. Question number 50, the answer is, here is answer is, for question number 50 is also answer is B, 14 years. Question number 52, a minor, either a student or otherwise. So a minor, if he is a student or otherwise non-student, can open a term deposit in our bank without guardian if he has completed how many years of age. So again, I repeat, if he has completed 12 years of age. Question number 52, answer is B. Question number 52, answer is B. And all the four questions again I'll summarize, please hear. As per Reserve Bank of India guidelines, a minor, whether he is a student or a non-student, if he has completed 10 years of age and is able to read and write, he can open and operate an SB account or open a term deposit account without the guardian. What Canara Bank says. Coming to SB deposit in Canara Bank, if the minor is not a student, he should have completed 14 years of age. So coming to Canara Bank, if the minor is a student, if he has completed 10 years, he can open SB account. Coming to Canara Bank, whether a minor is a student or non-student, if they completed 12 years of age, they can open a term deposit account in their name without the guardian. Okay, sir? Question number 52, answer is B. All these things are given in your current and SB manual updated till 31/3/2020. Question number 52, answer is B. Question number 53. Which one of the following is not eligible to open SB account and get interest as per the deposit policy of the bank 2021-2022 of the bank? This question was asked last time for somebody. People came out with a confusion. Let us see whether this group is having any confusion. Which one of the following is not eligible to open SB account and get interest as per RBI guidelines? Okay, as per the Canara Bank's deposit policy 21-22 of the bank. Khadi and village industries, whether they are permitted or not permitted, they are permitted. Okay, the question is, which one of the following is not eligible? Point number one, Khadi and village industries is eligible. Okay. Societies registered under Societies Registration Act 1860, they are also eligible to open SB account and you can give interest to them. Companies under Indian Companies Act which are not permitted to add to their names limited or private limited, they are also permitted to open SB account and get interest. Point number 4, institution whose entire income is exempt from payment of income tax as per Income Tax 1961, they are also permitted to open SB account and earn interest. Agriculture Produce Market Committees, they are also permitted to open SB account and get interest. So what is the question? Which one of the following is not eligible to open? 1 is eligible, 2 is eligible, 3 is eligible, 4 is eligible, 5 is eligible. Now let us see the options. Okay, option A, 3. Okay, so 3, option B, 4, option C, 1 to 5 all, option D, 1 to 5 none. 1 to 5 9. You see various options. I told you, I explained to you, all the 5 are eligible to open SB account and get interest. Which one of the following is not eligible to open SB account? That is the question. 1 to 5 none, isn't it? All are eligible. All are eligible. So 1 to 5 all, if you take answer C, 1 to 5 all, if you put 1 to 5 all becomes not eligible to open. I told you 1 to 5 all eligible to open. That means the question is, which one of the following is not eligible to open? 1 to 5 none. None of them are not eligible to open. That means all of them are permitted to open. Okay, this is a negative question. You have to give a negative answer. Question number 53, answer is D. So this question was asked last time, friends. Question number 53, answer is D. Question number 54. As per RBI notification, this is latest notification. I also saw some PowerPoint presentation, some other faculty has shown. So this is latest guideline issued by RBI with regard to opening of current account by banks wherever the customer is already having an OD OCC account with some other bank. There is a modification. In August 2020, the original guidelines has come. Subsequently, there was a modification, and when all the banks are represented, recently Reserve Bank of India has come out with the guideline. I think HO circular 731/21. I don't remember the exact HO circular. There also it has been mentioned. As per RBI notification dated 29th October 2021, which one of the following is correct? Which one of the following is correct? This is a positive question. Which one of the following is correct? With regard to opening of a current account by banks in respect of customers who have availed OD OCC facility with exposure of less than 5 crores from the banking system. Suppose if a person has availed an OD OCC with a bank or with many banks in the country, and if the exposure under OD OCC is less than 5 crores, whether he can open a current account. And if he opens, with which bank he can open? That is a question now. Okay, again I repeat. If a customer is having an OD OCC exposure of less than 5 crores with any bank in India, whether he can open a current account with any bank. If so, with which bank he can open? So that is the question. Which is correct with regard to opening of current account by banks in respect of customers who have availed OD OCC facility with exposure of less than 5 crores to the banking system. For these borrowers, there is no restriction in opening current account by any bank by obtaining an undertaking letter that as and when the credit facilities availed by them reaches 5 crores or more, they will intimate the bank. So that is first point is, any bank can open current account for them by getting an undertaking letter, whether that is correct or not. Point number B. These borrowers can open current account only with any banks in which they have OD OCC facility. Whether they have to open current account only in the bank in which they have OD OCC facility, whether that is correct or not. They can open current account with the bank in which they have highest share of OD OCC facility. Okay, so first point is they can open current account in any bank by getting an undertaking letter. Second point is they have to open current account only with the bank in which they have ODOCC facility. Point number 3, they can open current account only with the bank. Suppose they're having 2-3 banks, 5 crores, less than 5 crores, where they have the highest share, only with that bank they can open. These borrowers cannot open current account with any bank. Okay, which is correct. So less than 5 crores exposure from the banking system, with which bank that customer can open current account? That is a question. So which is correct? So which is correct? Point number A is correct. These borrowers, there is no restriction in opening current account by any bank. So they may be having ODOCC less than 5 crores with any bank. So 1 or 2 banks together also they may be having, but the total exposure should be less than 5 crores. Let us assume Mr. A is having a ODOCC account with Indian Bank and that is Punjab National Bank. Put together it is 4 crores. He comes to you to open a current account. You can open. So far, before this guideline, you cannot open a current account. Now, ODOCC customers, if their exposure to the banking system and ODOCC is less than 5 crores, they can open current account with any bank in India. By the bank should get an undertaking letter. When the exposure is 5 crores and above, when it becomes 5 crores and above, they will intimate you. Okay, question number 54, answer is A. So this is with regard to customers whose exposure in ODOCC is less than 5 crores. Okay, question number 54. Same RBI master. So I have split the RBI master circular into 2-3 points, 2-3 questions I prepared. Question number 55. As per RBI notification dated 29th October 2021, which one of the following is correct with regard to opening current account by banks in respect of borrowers having ODOCC exposure of 5 crores or more from the banking system? First point is less than 5 crores. Second point is 5 crores and above. When they are having 5 crores and above, with which bank they can open ODOCC account? That is the question number 55. Okay, sir. Let us see the answer for the question. Okay. Point number 1, which is correct, they are asking. Such borrowers can maintain current account with any of the banks with which he has ODOCC facility, provided that the bank has at least 10% of the exposure of the banking system to that borrower. In other banks in which the borrower has ODOCC exposure can open collection account with the condition that the funds deposited in the collection account will be remitted within 2 working days through ODOCC account maintained with the bank which has at least 10% of the exposure. If none of the banks has at least 10% ODOCC exposure to the party, the bank having the highest exposure can open current account. Non-lending banks cannot open current account for these borrowers. All of these. That is the point which is correct. So if the borrower's exposure in ODOCC is 5 crores and above, which bank can open current account? The banks which has not given ODOCC should not open current account. Only if it is less than 5 crores, any bank can open. So non-lending bank cannot open current account. Okay, that is correct. So whether first point A is correct, such borrowers can maintain current account with any of the banks in which he has ODOCC facility, provided the bank has at least 10% share. Okay, yes. So if he's having 2-3 banks, the bank in which he's having at least 10% exposure, he can open. Or if he's having 2-3 banks more than 10%, the highest exposure which he is having, he can open current account. What about the other banks? So in the other banks where he is having exposure, they can open only collection account. In the collection account, the fund should be transferred within 2 working days to the ODOCC account maintained with the bank, which has at least 10% exposure. Okay, and the last point number C, if none of the banks has at least 10% exposure, the bank having the highest exposure can open the current account. So less than 5 crores, any bank can open. 5 crores and above, only the banks in which he is having exposure can open. In that case, what is the condition? At least 10% exposure he should open. So if the 2-3 banks are having more than 10% exposure, the bank which is having the highest exposure, he can open. And if the exposure is, none of the banks is having 10% exposure, the bank in which is having the highest exposure, he can open. Okay, so then in all other remaining, that is banks which has given the low ODOCC to him, can open only a collection account. From the collection account, the fund should go to that bank which is having 10% share within 2 working days. So all are correct. Okay, so which is correct? All of these are correct. Question number 55, answer is E. Question number 55, answer is E. Then question number 56. So with regard to OD OCC accounts, two things. If the borrower is having ODC, OCC account, exposure less than 5 crores. If the borrower is having OD OCC account, exposure is above 5 crores. Where he can open current account? Question number 54 and 55. Question number 56. The borrower is not having OD OCC account. He is having term loan only. Whether he can open current account with other banks which he has not given the loan. That we are going to see in the next question. Question number 56. As per RBI notification dated 29th October 21, read along with the notification dated 6th August 20, there is a first notification, 6th August 2020, which is correct with regard to opening current account for borrowers who have not availed OD OCC facility from the banking system. They are borrowers, but they have not taken even a single paisa OD OCC from the banking system, but they have different limits. So in that case, what is the guideline? Which is correct? If the prospective customer is having any credit facility of 50 crores and above other than OD OCC in any bank, are required to put in place an escrow mechanism and current accounts of such customers to be opened only by escrow managing bank. Okay, first point is correct. Second point, other lending banks can open collection account and the funds to be remitted to the escrow account from the collection account as per the frequency agreed between the borrower and the bank. That is also correct. Point number C. 3. If the prospective customer is having credit exposure of 5 crores, so for 50 crores and above, these 2 points. If the prospective customer is having 5 crores to less than 50 crores, and all these things other than what is OCC. If is having 5 crores less than 50 crores, banks which lend the facility can open current account and non-lending banks can open only collection account. That is also correct. If the prospective customer is having exposure less than 5 crores in any bank other than OD OCC, banks can open current account with the declaration from the prospective customer that the credit facility available by them reaches 5 crores or more, they will inform the bank. So what is the answer? Which one of the following is correct? What is the question? Which is correct? Question number 56, which is correct? Answer is B. So 1 to 4, all are correct. So 1 to 4, all are correct. You apply your mind and go through. This is which is debated very much in the banking sector. Any banks represent IBA and RBA and government. Accordingly, RBA has brought out the guideline. Questions will be there, particularly for higher levels 3 to 4 or 2 to 3. Okay, please be going through the 3 circulars. Okay, question number 57. We are running short of time. 1 minute. Okay, we got another 15 minutes. In respect of loans of rupees dash and above against bulk deposit, necessary due diligence to be done by branches and off-site monitoring cells. So you are giving VSR, you are giving OD against a deposit. What is a bulk deposit? If it is 2 crores and above, you call it as bulk deposit. If in respect of loans, if you are giving a loan against a bulk deposit, and if the loan amount is rupees 1 crore and above, you should not simply close your eyes and give the loan. If you are giving a loan against a bulk deposit means 2 crores and above, and if the loan amount is 1 crore and above, then necessary due diligence to be done by the branches at the time of giving the loan. So 1 crore and above. Question number 57, answer is loan rupees 1 crore and above. Question number 58. What is the name of the loan against deposit through internet banking? So customer can open a BSL against deposit in internet banking. What is the name of the loan? The name of the loan is Canara Insta Deposit Loan. So the name of the loan is Canara Insta Deposit Loan. HO Circular 764/2020. Again, I repeat. Question number 58. What is the name of the loan against deposit through internet banking in our bank? Canara Insta Deposit Loan. So HO Circular 764/2020. You are supposed to go through the circular. That is why I am telling the circular number. What is the penalty for premature closure of NND before 12 months of the account opening? Who has to permit? Only the NND to be closed before 12 months from the date of opening. Only RO head has to permit. What is the interest you will give for premature closure? You will not give any interest if the NND deposit is closed before maturity. Not only that, you will recover 3% on the balance outstanding. Again, I repeat, question number 59. What is the penalty for pre-closure of NND before 12 months of account opening? No interest. Not only that, so the no interest will be paid. The penalty is 3% of the outstanding bank will recover. Next to the same question, who has the authority to permit NND to close before 12 months? RO head and above. RO head is a concerned authority. Okay, HO Circular 737/2020. HO Circular 737/2020. Okay. Records pertaining to unclaimed deposits are to be preserved for how many years after the account is closed. What is an unclaimed deposit? So a deposit matured, and if it is not taken from by the customer even after 10 years of maturity. Okay, the term deposit matured, and if it is not collected by the customer even after 10 years of maturity, it is called an unclaimed deposit. First point. In the case of an operating account like SB current, if the deposit account is not operated for more than 10 years, this is also an unclaimed deposit. What is an unclaimed deposit? If the term deposit is matured, and if it is not collected by the customer even after 10 years after maturity date, okay, it is an unclaimed deposit. In the case of SB current account, if it is not operated for more than 10 years, then it is also called an unclaimed deposit. Where unclaimed deposit is defined, they'll ask that question. Unclaimed deposit is defined under Section 26 of Banking Regulation Act 1949. Again, I repeat, unclaimed deposit is defined under Section 26 of Banking Regulation Act 1949. This is to unclaimed deposit. Okay. What we got to do with the unclaimed deposit? The unclaimed deposit will be automatically transferred to RBI to a fund called Depositors Education Awareness Fund. Again, I repeat, unclaimed deposit is defined under Section 26 of the Banking Regulation Act. More than 10 years after maturity, more than 10 years the account is not operated. These unclaimed deposits should not be kept with the bank. They will be transferred to a fund with Reserve Bank of India, and the fund is called DEAF, Depositors Education Awareness Fund. When the fund is formed in the year June 2014. Under which section the fund is formed? The fund is formed under Section 26A of Banking Regulation Act 1949. What is the present rate of interest for the DEF funds kept by RBI? RBI is giving to the customers the current rate of interest from May 2021. For the DEF, the Reserve Bank of India is giving only 3% rate of interest. So DEF I told you, then I told you unclaimed deposit, I told you section for unclaimed deposit, I told you section for DEF also. I also told you what is the present interest rate for DEF deposit, which is 3%. One question, we covered 4 questions. Okay, sir? Okay. Records, any of this question number 60, I have not told the answer. So if the deposit is unclaimed, so till it is claimed, you have to preserve the records. After the unclaimed deposit is closed, customer has come, you have given the money to him. It went to DEF, you got back from DEF until you have given the money. After the unclaimed deposit is closed, for how many years you have to maintain the records with regard to closed unclaimed deposit? 20 years. 20 years after the account is closed. So question number 60, answer is 20 years after the account is closed. Where it is told? It is told in HO circular 166/21. Please note down the circular. For question number 20, answer is 20 years. Where it is told 166/21. Okay, question number 61. How many slabs are there in interest rate for domestic and NRO deposit as per HO circular 539/2021? 9 slabs are there. Question number 61, answer is 9. Question number 62. How many slabs are there on interest rate for NRE term deposit as per HO circular 540/2021? So 5 slabs are there, 5. So starting from 1 year up to 10 years, 5 slabs are there. Question number 62, answer is 5 slabs. What is the interest rate given by RBI for unclaimed deposit transfer to DEF as on date? DEF is formed as per which section? Sometimes they will ask us, so the same DEF question will be there for 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4. Okay, first 1 to 2, they will ask when the concept of DEF deposit has come into banking industry. You have to give the answer June 2014. When the scheme has come, the rate of interest given for DEF deposit was 4%. From 2018 June, it was reduced to 3.5. From May 2021, it was reduced to 3%. So they may ask, what is the present rate of interest for DEF deposit given by RBI? With effect from May 2021, it is 3% only. Okay, and the DEF is established as per which act? Section 26A of Banking Regulation Act. So I have what is the rate of interest given by RBI for unclaimed deposit transferred to DEF as on date? So 3%. Question number 63, answer is D. Question number 64. I think up to question number 70 we will read and we will close that. Small savings account. So now we are moving over to small savings scheme. So you have senior citizen savings scheme, you have public provident fund, you have Suganya Samriddhi account, you have Kisan Vikas Patra. All these things banks are doing, no? So with regard to that, many questions are being asked. So from each question, I have put only one sample question. I have given the circular numbers there. In the PowerPoint also it is there. You have to go through the circulars, friends. Okay. Okay. Small savings scheme accounts can be opened in Canara Bank in which branches? Which are all the small savings scheme? So small savings scheme means so public provident fund account, senior citizen savings scheme account, SCSS, Suganya Samriddhi account scheme, SCSSA, and Kisan Vikas Patra. So these four accounts, which banks, which branches of Canara Bank can open? That is a question. All ELBs, all BLBs, all LCBs. There is no PCB now. Okay, all LCBs, all metro branches, all branches. Option 1 to 3 all, 1 to 4 all, 4 only, 5 only. Okay, so the small savings scheme account to be opened in Canara Bank by all the branches. All branches are designated branch. Even if your branch in a remote rural area, if the customer comes for opening a PPF account, you should not say my branch is not designated. All branches are designated. Question number 64, answer is D. Question number 64, answer is D. Okay, then another 8 minutes I have. Question number 65. The periodicity of review of interest rate for small savings scheme like PPF, Kisan Vikas Patra, Senior Citizen Savings Scheme, SSA, Suganya Samriddhi account, etc. by Government of India. So once in a quarter, calendar quarter, that is Government of India reviews the interest rate, either decreases or increases the rate of interest. So once in a quarter, quarterly. Question number 65, answer is C. Question number 65, answer is C. Friends, the latest HO circular for that is this small savings scheme is 651/21. Please go through the circular. The latest circular and interest rate is given for the small savings scheme in HO circular 651/21. Okay. So question number 65, answer is C. In PPF account, the interest is credited annually. So once in a year, the interest is credited. So in all the accounts, you see all the accounts, see in PPF account, the interest is credited annually. In Suganya Samriddhi account, interest is credited annually. In Kisan Vikas Patra, interest is credited annually. In the senior citizen savings scheme account only, interest is paid quarterly. See here, interest is credited to the account. Here, interest is credited to the account, like your Kamadana deposit. Here, interest is credited to the account. But in the senior citizen savings scheme account, interest is not credited to the account. It is paid, it is credited to the customer's SB account like fixed deposit quarterly. Okay, that you should know. Okay, sir. So the periodicity review quarterly in PPF account interest is credited that is annually with effect from 1/10/2021. So once in a quarter the interest rate will be revised. I told you HO circular 651/21 with the interest rate on Kisan Vikas Patra is 6.90%. At this rate, Kisan Vikas Patra will mature in how many years? It will mature in that is HO's 1 month. It will 124 months. It will mature in 124 months. Please refer 651/21. 68. Which one of the following is not a feature of Senior Citizen Scheme 2019 as per HO Circular 153/2020? So friends, the Senior Citizen Savings Scheme revised in the year and revised by that is Government of India, and the features of the revised scheme has been given by Canara Bank in the Circular 153/2020. You are supposed to go through Circular 153/2020 to answer many questions on the Senior Citizen Savings Scheme. One sample question I have given. The retired personnel of defense services can open the account on attaining the age of 50 years. So normally the Senior Citizen Savings Schemes, you should attain the age of 60 years. But if he is a retired defense personnel, then he can open the account if he has completed 50 years of age. Joint account with the spouse can be opened. Yes, that is permitted. Maximum number of nominees is 4. That is also correct. At the time of opening the account, if PAN is not available, Form 60 to be submitted with the condition that PAN will be provided within 6 months. That is also correct. Interest are earned under the scheme. Once in a quarter, interest will be paid. I told you, no, that is subject to tax. 1 to 5 all, 1 only, see 3, none of these. What is the question? Which one of the following is not a future? So 1 to 5 all are the future. So you should not tick A. So you should not tick B. You should not tick C. You should not tick D. You have to tick E. That is, which one of the following? None of these are not a future. That means all are the futures of the senior citizen savings scheme. Question number 68, answer is E. Similarly, I have taken 1 point in public provident fund. Friends, the schemes contain many points. All the levels 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4 questions will be asked. Which is relevant feature of public provident fund scheme 2090 as per HO circular. Senior citizen savings schemes 153. Public provident fund 154 by 2020. Joint account cannot be opened. Any number of deposits can be made in the account with a minimum of 50 per occasion in a financial year. PPF account matures on the first day of 17th financial from the date of opening. Amount standing in the name of the account shall not be liable to attachment under any order or decree of the court. What is the question? Which one of the following feature of the public, which one is a relevant feature of public provident fund? So it's a positive question. What are out of the things given below, which one is a relevant guidelines with regard to the public provident fund? I have given 1, 2, 3, 4. That is 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, which is relevant. 1 to 4 all. So all the points are relevant points. So answer for the question 69 is A. That is, joint account cannot be opened. Any number of deposits can be made in the account with a minimum of 50 per occasion financial year. That is also a relevant point. PPF account matures on the first day of the 17th financial year, the date of opening. That is also correct. This is also a feature. Amount standing in the name of the account shall not be liable for attachment or any order or decree of the account. That is also correct. That is 1 to 4 all are the features of the public provident fund. Don't assume that only this question will be asked. You are supposed to go through HO Circular 154 by 2020. Last question for the day. Which one of the following is not? Any other question is there? Okay, anyone tomorrow we'll see. I'll see the finish up question number 70. Which one of the following is not a feature? It is not. Negative question. Is not a feature of the Suganya Samriddhi account scheme as per HO circular. So, which are all the circulars? 153. 153 was the features of senior citizen savings scheme. 154 is the public provident fund. So, Suganya Samriddhi scheme is 155, which is not a feature. Interest from the account is exempt from tax. It is correct. So the question is which is not correct. It is a correct feature. The account shall mature after 21 years from the date of opening. That is also correct. Deposit in the account can be made till 15 years from the date of opening. That is also correct. The interest rate in SSA as on date is 7.60. That is also correct. Okay. So which is not a feature? 1 to 5, none of them are not the feature. So 1 to 5, if you tick 1 to 5 all, what I ask you, which one of the following is not a feature? If you type 1 to 5 all are not feature, then it is wrong. What I told you, 1 is a feature, second is also a feature, third is also one of the correct features, and then 4 is also one of the correct features. That means which is not a feature, none of them are not a feature. So all are there in the circular. Question number 70, the answer is A. 1, 2, 4, 9. Okay, friends, we will close for the day. We'll try to meet tomorrow. Good night. Have a nice day. We'll meet tomorrow.